What's up, YouTube? This video might be a little bit different. You might see some editing here and there. You might see a little bit of background music. I'm trying different things. Anyways, the topic for today is why you keep returning to your old patterns. See, we are creatures of habit. We like to do certain things as a habit. We don't like thinking about them too much. And when we really know this, we know that everything we do can be turned into a habit. Even if you do it just one day of the week, guess what? The next day of the week, you're going to do it. You're going to want to do it. And once you try to break out of that comfort zone, it's tough and it takes a lot of energy from you. Why is this? Well, let's look it up right now. Okay, it's not showing up. Here it says, people return to old patterns due to a combination of factors, including neurological wiring, comfort and familiarity, and emotional triggers. Habits are essentially neurological pathways that can become ingrained over time, making it easier to revert them, especially under stress or when conditions trigger them. What this means is, most times that you do the same things over and over and over again is because you're going through that certain trigger or a certain amount of stress or neurological wiring, So the reason we go into these patterns again and again and again is because we might feel some stress sometimes. And it's like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of like a relapse, but you ever seen someone with a smoking habit start to relapse and then they smoke and they realize, why did I smoke? It's the same thing. It's the same thing, but with the habits. See, maybe not to that extent, but it's the same explanation. It's the same science behind it. Addiction is something crazy, and if you do have an addiction, please talk to someone. Another reason why you might return is the reward system. What comes after you do that certain thing? With TikTok, for example. And I don't want to throw any shade on TikTok, but I'm just speaking from my personal experience. If I would scroll, even if I was sick, and I had nothing to do and I was just scrolling or watching YouTube or wasting my life, then I'm literally wasting my life. I'm shortening my attention span, which attention is everything. If you really pay attention to your attention, then you realize it's everything. It's everything that you intake. It's everything that you disperse, How can we break these patterns? To break harmful or undesirable patterns, it's essential to become self-aware, identify triggers, and replace the unwanted behavior with the more positive and healthy one. The first thing you have to do is become aware of who you are and who you want to be. The second thing is realize the triggers that come behind it. The third one is to replace any unwanted behavior with a new one. If you feel like doing something that you shouldn't, maybe you should replace it with something positive, like reading a book or exercising, or even just 5 push-ups. It doesn't even have to be a whole exercise. This involves recognizing a problem at its roots. If you look at it as it is, you're not going to find the truth. You really have to dig deep down into it. The best thing that we can do is believe in ourselves and talk to ourselves. Now, I know that sounds weird, but it really is the truth. Because the more you talk to yourself, the more you start to know yourself. The more you talk to yourself, the more you start to think like yourself. You start to operate authentically. You start to know who you are, and when you know and spend time with someone, you start to develop love. And I know I'm talking a lot about different topics here. I'm talking about love. I'm talking about how you operate. I'm talking about breaking your old patterns. I'm talking about habits. everything is all connected if you look at it that way. If you don't perceive it that way, then I can't help you. And I'm sorry. I tried my best. But it's not just you. It's not just you. A lot of people suffer from this. I'm one of those people. Or not suffer, but go through. And I'm one of those people. Whatever you have in mind, you can achieve it. Just break the old patterns. It's really simple. Not easy. It's not easy. It will never be easy. If you think it's easy, then you're in the wrong lobby. Like, wrong time, wrong place to be. Imagine yourself breaking these patterns, how it feels when you're productive, how it feels when you feel like you've done something for yourself. It feels good. It feels good. And I know it does too. I know it does. Because I've put myself in that position. I'm not going to say I'm the best person there is, because I'm not. But you can be. We all could be the best person. And I'm not saying that like trying to raise your hopes. I'm saying you can become the person that you want to become, and that's the best version of you. Simple. What's new with you guys though? How's everything been? I hope everything's been good. I hope you've been facing your problems the right way. I hope you've been talking to familiar faces. I hope you've been showing love. Because that's the most important thing you can do for yourself and other people. Showing love. Show love to a new person today. Because a new person is a new story. The more you talk to someone and hear what they had to say, the more you start to learn what to do and what not to do. One thing about me is I've been reading a lot of books. A lot of books. Not as much as I should, but I've been on this journey and I've been learning. One book that I'm reading now is the Bible, of course, and the Daily Stoic. Those are 2 books. I said one, but those are 2 books that I'm reading now. And in those books, it tells you control of your outer environment does not exist. You can only control within. And it's something I picked up from the books. Something I try to apply every day. It's something that I feel is true. You see, a lot of times we get things misinterpreted, and it might not be the correct interpretation of it. It might not be the correct way to explain it. I might not be explaining this correctly, so bear with me. If you think in a way for improvement, for wellness, for health, for wealth, for love, for yourself, and not in an egotistical type of way, just like, this is good for me, you know? If you think in that way, like, you start to learn more, you start to see more, you start to see everything a bit more clearly. And I don't mean to say this like on some guru shit, but you are powerful, man. Like, if only you knew the power that you had within you. Even your words have power. Anything you say, it might even happen. If you wish, that's why when people say, I forgot the quote, but don't make wishes that you don't truly want. Something like that. If you heard it before, leave it down in the comments. If you haven't heard it, it's alright. It goes by the lines of that. Your mind is the most powerful thing too. Your mind is where your friends live. It's where your enemies live. It's where your home is. It's where the streets are. You know? If you see something a certain way, then it's gonna become that certain way. If a homeless man sees the streets as his home, then the streets is nothing but his home. Even though he doesn't want that, he might not want that, but that's how he lives. And it's sad too. It can be abused from external factors, but these external factors are not you. They can influence you, but are you going to let it? Or are you going to let someone else step up in your home and kick you out? No, you wouldn't. The mind is the most powerful thing that you have. So use it wisely and don't waste it. Don't spend it on something useless. And so if you like this video, if you like my content, please check out my other content. It will be greatly appreciated. I love seeing comments under my videos, seeing people want to better themselves, seeing people want to improve. I love that. I love that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Please refer to your friends if you think they need it. Subscribe, like. It's all up to you.